Hello, it's been a long time. I have missed teaching a lot, and a lot has happened in my life. And I decided that it's about time that I started teaching again. So this is going to be the first of hopefully very many classes that you can get through Instagram, through YouTube, or maybe you live here in New Orleans and we'll see what happens. But this being the first one, I figured we'd keep it short and sweet. We'll do some yoga-inspired stretching, ways to just get some space into your body. I've had some requests for things focusing on hips, so that's what we're gonna focus on today. And in each of these shapes, this will be your guide, but know that you can take any of these movements, any of these shapes, and do them on your own when you need them. Today, we'll take anywhere from 4 to 10 breaths in each position. But you can also do them for as long or as short as you want to. So you don't need anything. You can do it anywhere that you find some space in your home or wherever you're at. I have with me a bolster. Something that works just as well as a bolster would be a pillow. So you can just use a pillow. I have a strap. A strap can be either a strap that you carry your yoga mat with, or it can be a belt or a piece of rope that you have somewhere. Anything that just gives you a little more space. And then I have a block. And I know not everybody has these tools, and that's okay. We'll find modifications around them. We're gonna see how Benny does today with each of these shapes and if he gives us a little space. But I figured let's let the little dude in on this first class. Okay, so let's get started. First position we're gonna take is gonna be our child's pose, and I'm gonna need this guy to move. Okay, so come on over onto your knees. Big toes will come together to touch, and knees will separate wide. So toes are about touching, knees are on the edges of your mat or a little bit wider than your hips. And then from here, just walk your fingertips forward as far as you can get them until your forehead comes down to the ground. Once you find yourself into this shape, I encourage you to reach a little further through your fingertips. And then if you feel your shoulder blades come out of your sockets, settle them back and down your back. You'll feel your elbows press down into the ground, your chest draw down towards the earth. And again, with knees wide and toes touching, hopefully finding a little bit of space into your hips. Let your hips feel heavy. And if there's a lot of space between your hips and your heels, that's okay. That's why we do shapes like this, is to find more space there. So take long, deep breaths. With every inhale, feel your upper back fill up with air. With every exhale, feel your chest sink further down to the ground. Inhale, fill up through your body. And exhale, maybe hips go a little lower. And your breath can be whatever you need, through your nose, through your mouth. These are just gentle movements, so one more breath in. One more breath out. When you take an inhale, walk your hands back towards your shoulders and press yourself up into a tabletop position. Knees are gonna come in under your hips. Widen your toes out to about the same distance. And then your shoulders are right over your wrists. Take a few cats and cows here. So inhale for cow pose. Belly comes down towards the ground. Push through your palms and let your chest come up through your hands. Tailbone lifts towards the sky, so breathe in. And exhale into a cat pose. So like an angry cat, push away around through your upper back. Tuck your belly in. Push, push, push. Inhale, belly down, cow pose. And exhale into cat, push and round. Inhale for cow. And exhale for cat. One more inhale. And exhale. Come back to a neutral spine. We're just gonna have a seat back onto our heels. Knees can stay a little bit wide, or maybe you draw your knees closer towards each other. And we'll get a little bit of a neck, somewhat of a side body stretch here. So your left fingertips are gonna stay down, almost touching the ground. Maybe you got that block handy or something you can prop your fingers on if the ground is a little too far away. Wherever you're at, take your right hand, draw it over until your fingertips touch your ear, and then let your head fall over towards the right. So the weight of your hand encourages a bit of depth into this stretch through the side of your neck. Fingertips drawing down towards the earth, increasing a little bit more length. And then breathe into that space that you're creating. One more breath. And release your right hand down to the ground, and we'll switch it out to the other side. So right fingertips are down next to you. Left arm comes up and over. Once your fingertips touch your ear, then your left ear comes towards your shoulder. And breathe. Just a nice gentle neck stretch. One more breath. Release yourself back to center, so both of your hands are down. Might feel good here. Do a little rotation, up and back. Shake it out. Now we'll get into those legs and hips that we were talking about. So roll over onto a seat. Extend your legs out long in front of you. And this is a great spot where you can use any of the props that you have available. So if you have a pillow, this is a great place to take that pillow or that bolster and lay it onto your thighs. That's one option. Another option is if you have a strap or, like I said, a belt or anything like that, you can bring that around your feet. So if your hands don't quite reach your toes, you can use that to pull against and pull yourself down. Now, like I said, everything here is gentle today, so no need to push yourself. But with legs long, take a breath in, and exhale, just lean forward. So it might feel good to have that pillow on your thighs, so you can lean over it. Maybe you can reach towards your toes, and there's just a slight pull there to pull yourself forward. Maybe, hopefully, feeling this through the back sides of your legs. You can do a little gentle bend into your knees if that feels a little bit better. Maybe you want a bit more of an active stretch, so rather than a rounded spine, think of lifting up and pulling your chest towards your toes. Breathe in and breathe out. Let's stay here for about 3 more breaths. And like I said before, if you are doing this all on your own, using this as just a guide, maybe you stay here for a bit longer. One more round of breath. Roll yourself back up to a seat. Keep your left leg long, and you're gonna bend your right knee. Once your right knee is bent, take your right foot and place it on the outside of your left leg. So with whatever leg is bent, that hand is gonna press behind you. Lift your left or the extended leg arm up, and bring your elbow to the outside of the knee. So we'll take a seated twist. Inhale, lengthen your spine. Exhale, push elbow against knee and twist. Look over your back shoulder. Inhale for length. Exhale for depth. Breathe in. Breathe out. Release back to center. Maybe a slight counter twist here feels good. Switch out your legs. Right leg goes long. Bend your left knee and then take your left foot to the outside of your right leg. This bent knee, that hand is going to be behind me. And then I lift my right arm up to the sky. Exhale to twist, bring the elbow outside of my knee. Palm can stay up, palm can go down. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale, twist, looking over my back shoulder. Breathe in. Breathe out. take one more here. Inhale. And exhale. Come back through center, perhaps a little bit of a counter twist. And then with legs long, bend your knees. Soles of your feet come together to touch, knees out wide into a butterfly pose. So feet together, knees wide. Your feet don't have to be anywhere. If your feet are here, that's fine. If your feet are way in close, that's fine. Find comfort here. This is gentle. I like a little bit of movement, a little bit of shake there. Inhale, lift up. And exhale, fold forward. So you can stay just like this. Maybe it feels good to bring that pillow in and lean on top of it if that's what your spine calls for today. Some people, grabbing onto the feet doesn't work so great, so maybe you have a strap. And that strap allows you to pull into the depth. You get to decide where you want to be today. I'm not there. I'm not in your home with you. I'm not there to see what you're doing with your body. So you get to decide. As long as you're being safe, as long as it feels good, that's all that matters. So take the depth that you want today. Breathe in. And breathe out. Let's take a few more breaths here. Big inhale. Big exhale. Perhaps you round a little deeper, a little further with each breath. Inhale. Let it go. And slowly round back up to a seat. Now we're gonna make it down onto our backs. Like I said, this is short, this is sweet, and it's hopefully feeling good. All right, as we get down onto our backs, we'll take a supine figure 4. So bend your left knee and plant your left foot onto the ground. Then as you bend your right knee, bring your right ankle onto your left thigh. So you're welcome to stay right here. Might even allow a little pressure of the right knee towards your toes. You're welcome to stay here. Maybe lift your left foot up off the ground. Maybe you stay here. Maybe you interlace your hands underneath your left thigh. So right arm is going to go through your legs. Interlace your fingers underneath your thigh. So you could even extend that leg up towards the sky. And then think about flexing your toes towards your knees. That's going to help protect your knees a little bit there. Breathe in. Breathe out. Few more breaths here. Stay as long as you like. All right, our transition here is that left foot comes back down to the ground. Now, as you're taking your right foot off of your thigh, rather than bringing it down to the ground, I want you to thread that right foot underneath your left thigh and bring your right knee down to the ground, okay? So you're here. If you have the space for it, take your left hand, reach down, grab onto your right toes. And if you pull your right toes towards your left glutes, you might feel a little stretch through the front of your hip here and through your quad. If you want to feel a little bit more depth there, then take your left foot up off the ground. Oh, might feel a little more there. If that's feeling okay, then extend your left leg up towards the sky. So getting into the front side of the hip, into that quad space that we don't generally get into. Breathe through whatever you're doing here as long as it feels good. Maybe it's that good kind of stretch that's a little more intense. Breathe in. Breathe out. If you got a grip on the right toes, let go. Come back into center. And then we'll switch it out other side. Right foot's down this time. Left ankle is going to stack on top of your right thigh. Again, toes flexing towards your knee. Stay here, or maybe lift your right foot up off of the mat. Stay here, or take your left arm, thread it through your legs, interlace your hands underneath your thigh. And even option to extend that leg towards the sky. Wherever you're at, if you've got that interlace there, as long as your shoulders, the back of your head are down to the mat. If you're lifting up like this, consider taking a step back, maybe bringing that foot back down to the earth. Big inhale. Big exhale. One more breath in. One more breath out. So as we release, right foot's gonna come down to the mat if it's not there already. And then take your left ankle. As you come down, we're gonna thread underneath the right thigh. Bring your left knee down. Option to stay here if you have the space for it. Right hand's gonna come down and grip onto your left foot. Option to stay right here. If you wanna feel a little more sensation into the front of your hip and into your quad, then right foot can lift up off of your mat. A little bit more, maybe right leg towards the sky. So everybody's gonna be at a different place dependent on their body. We're also gonna be at a different place dependent on where we are today. And that can be different from yesterday, it can be different from tomorrow. Big inhale. Let it go, exhale. One more. Gently release if you've got that grip, come back to center. Final shape that I'm going to show you today, happy baby, one of my favorites, really good for the hips. So draw your knees in towards your belly and then take your knees wide outside of your hips. Unbend your knees a little bit so that your ankles stack over your knees. And this is your happy baby shape. Everybody's grip, again, will be different. Maybe your hands are behind your thighs. Maybe your hands are onto your ankles. Maybe your hands are to your feet. Could be the outside, could be the inside. And again, kind of like we were in our supine figure 4, if your body's lifting up off of the ground, consider taking it a layer back. A little bit of movement can feel good here. Rock side to side. Extend out one leg, extend out the other. Happy baby is a position that you can stay in for a long time if it feels good. So you're welcome to stay here for a bit longer. Like I said, 4 breaths, 10 breaths, maybe 100 breaths. It's all up to you. When you feel that you're done, draw your knees into your belly. Squeeze them in, breathe in. I encourage you to take a little shavasana here, lay down on your back, find some peace, find some quiet, legs extended long, arms rest. A little bit of peacefulness, whole body down to the ground. Whenever you're ready to come out, gently press yourself up to a seat. Thank yourself for giving your body, your mind, a little bit of time today, a little bit of stretching. And like I said, this is just the first of many. So thank you for joining me. And let me know if there's anything that you need in your body, if there's anything that really worked for you today. I love the feedback and I'll add it in as we move forward. Thanks for joining me. Bye.